Hello, I'm Malo, and welcome to my stream where I play obscure and semi-obscure retro games in a casual fashion. Today, I am doing part 2 of my Dolphin Games Showcase, which is something I did in October of 2017. And I tried to play every Dolphin game I could think of. This is after I'd just gotten into Echo the Dolphin and how amazing it was. So I played a bunch of games, but of course there were many that I missed out on. So ever since then, I've been compiling a long list of games to play on follow-up streams, and I'm going to start that today. All of the many games that I've found for the second phase of this list, I put them all into sort of categories. So today I'm going to be focusing on games where you ride a dolphin specifically. So without any further ado, let's get started with a game that I've played before on stream. It's called... Wolf Team is the developer. It's called El Viento, which means the wind in Spanish or something. This is an action platformer on the Mega Drive. Yes, El Viento. Pretty cool. There's Annette there, Annette Meyer. This is an installment in the Ernest Evans series by Wolf Team. But there's one particular part of the game that we're interested in, so I've cheated my way to stage 4, I believe it is. Yes, level 4. And here it is. This is the dolphin, our little friend. Now, as we go through this first part of the stage, you'll notice some of the striking things about El Viento. The protagonist throws boomerangs. I think the most amusing thing about it is the way some of the graphics have been sort of drawn but then blown up very directly into larger sizes. So the explosions and these giant squid creatures appear very, very pixelated. But anyway, the point is we're riding a dolphin in this stage, and this is actually something that I streamed this game after I'd done the initial dolphin stream, so I didn't know about it. But there's not a lot to it, to be honest. We're just riding a dolphin. I think this might be New York. We're leaving New York and heading out to a ship that is, I don't know, I guess the bad guys own it. The bad guy being a cult working for the resurrection of Hester, one of the old gods of the greater Lovecraftian mythos. Anyway, that's it. That's all the dolphin content of this game. We got through it. By the way, disclaimer up top. I don't think that it's generally ethical to ride dolphins, but it's assumed that in these games that I'm playing, that the dolphins have granted their consent to be ridden and that they have the proper communication and sentience to acknowledge that. Yes, so that's it. That was short. I don't know why Annette can ride a dolphin. She has magic powers, but I don't know, I guess... oh, okay. Yes, those spikes are deadly. I guess the implication is that part of her magic powers is the ability to communicate with animals, possibly. Sort of Aquaman situation. Either way, that's it. That's it for El Viento. So let's move on to the next game. Hello, Gibbon. Good to see you. How you doing today? I've seen a lot of... retweets from me today about Donkey Kong stuff because it's the 38th anniversary of the Donkey Kong arcade game. Okay, so here is the next game I'm playing. Yeah, I am doing these in chronological order. El Viento was 1991 on a 16-bit platform, and this was released later in 1992 on the NES, the 8-bit platform, so it's a very late NES game. This is just the demo reel. It's based on old Felix cartoons from like the 50s, but this particular game seems to have been released to coincide with the Felix the Cat the movie, which came out in Europe in 1988 and made its way to the US only on home media in 1991, and then this came out in 92. Now the professor guy is like Felix's nemesis, and the girl cat wasn't actually in the movie, interestingly enough. She was drawn from earlier parts of the Felix mythos. I said mythos again. It's not really a mythos, really. Anyway, Felix has his magic bag, which has a boxing glove that comes out, and it also transforms into different things throughout the course of the game. So the game is a kind of a Super Mario Brothers type setup. Nice pixel art and stuff, but yeah, there's these transformations. When you get a heart, he will transform and then have a different attack pattern. Oops. And then getting extra hearts, there's extra levels of transformation, etc. So that's all very well. We start with the boxing glove, and then he becomes like this magician thing. After this, he gets, what was it, like a car or a motorbike, and then a tank. And in all cases, I think the implication is that the bag is transforming, and then he's riding in the vehicle that he's transformed into. Yeah, it's a weird kind of motorbike. So the transformations give you an extra hit, so that if you get attacked, you will revert a level instead of dying straight away. So that's the game. I've got a save state here for level 4-2, which is where the dolphin riding comes into it. Hey Tonya, how's it going? Oh no. She says she's been replaying Mario and Luigi Partners in Time. An excellent game, my favorite of the Mario and Luigi games, in retrospect. But she chose to play the North American version, and that version's a little bit broken. The later European release fixed a lot of balance in the game, so reduced the health of a lot of bosses and such. Alright, so there you go. You just collect a few of those icons, and a heart will pop out eventually, and Felix's rowboat is transformed into a dolphin. So I think this is the bag in dolphin form. So the fact that it's another creature, usually it's a vehicle, but yeah, I don't know what that says about the intelligence of this creature that he's riding, but it's magic, so whatever. And yeah. So the dolphin, oh yeah, if I ever lose the dolphin, I will rewind, because that's the whole point. I want to show off the dolphin. Yeah, so the dolphin can spit out orbs of death. Yeah. I don't really know why, but it can also survive on land, clearly. Yeah, Tonya says this game does look nice for an NES game, and I agree, probably because it was released so late. This is 1992, so they were able to really use the platform's capabilities much more than the early games. Okay, so you find these magical bags that act like warp pipes every now and then you can go in and get some extra stuff. In the upper left corner you see the hearts, which is like the magic meter, and they will run down over time. So if that runs out, my dolphin will also revert back to the rowboat, as well as if I get hit by an enemy. But you can top it up by collecting more hearts. I think the milk does as well. Yes, it does. It restores some of your hearts. Milk will pop out whenever you get a multiple of 5 of these little face icons. So that's cool. It's a dynamic game. Like, things are always popping up, and you grab stuff. Yeah, it's cool. Yes. So I had to play through the whole game up till this point to get here, but I haven't seen this stage before. I wanted to get to the point where the dolphin was available. Whoops. Instead of playing through the whole game on stream, I'll just show off the good bit. Yeah, so you could see there my hearts were running low and the dolphin started flashing, showing that it was about to revert soon. Whoops. And these are global mechanics that apply to every phase of the game. I showed you a ground level earlier, just to start with. In between there's also some sky levels where you have a magic umbrella that flies that then turns into a hot air balloon and then a plane. And in each one you get better attacks as well as you upgrade the level of your bag thing. So you get better projectiles. And you can see in the clouds the girl cat and the bad guy. I guess whenever you have a boxing glove, you can punch those clouds, and they sometimes will give you power-ups and one-ups and stuff. Oh, I'm running low on a heart again. Uh-oh. Come on. I need milk or something. Oh well. There can't be much more to this stage, surely. I'm not sure when it is that you will get a heart pickup from the coins. Multiples of 10? Probably? Oh. Yeah, there we go. Dolphin time. Oh, there's a bit of chat going on. Gibbon says, wait, really? He did not know that, and I'm not sure what he was referring to, sorry. Yes. Half of the final boss's health is reduced in the EU version of Partners of Time, yeah. It's a really fun game. Bowser's Inside Story is a bit overrated, I agree. Dream Team is underrated, I think. Dream Team Bros. Yeah, that is interesting, isn't it? How the first two games have female villains, and that didn't really continue. And yeah, the dolphin is why I'm playing this game, Tonya. Today I'm playing all games with rideable dolphins, basically. All the ones I could think of. Yes. Yeah, you're right, actually. There's two icons that are Felix's head. One is coins and one is lives, and yeah, they just both exist. So that's the end of 4.2. Now you do get to ride the dolphin again later on in, I think, 6.1. I wrote it down here. Yeah, 6.1. But I don't think we'll play through to get to that point. This, yeah. So I mentioned ground, sky, top of water. This is the underwater type of level. And in this phase, one of the transformations is a turtle, actually, which is cool. Let's see if we can show that real quick. Ah, bubbles. Deadly bubbles. There we go. Cutie. Hello. So the turtle spits deadly bubbles as well. And there you go. There's that one up I was talking about. Ta-da! Yeah, so let's move on. But we'll stick with Felix. I did change that, didn't I? Yeah, I did. I can see it happening. It's all good. So this game was released simultaneously on 2 platforms. There was a NES version and a Game Boy version. Game Boy version is very similar. Pretty much the same setup, same mechanics and everything. It's a little bit rougher in how it controls. I think they also cut the hearts and there's just milk bottles and fewer of them. But they also cut a bunch of levels, so there's fewer levels in total. I know there are hearts, my mistake. It's just that there's one milk bottle instead of 3. But yes, I have a save state for this one too. It didn't take as long to get through because there, like I said, there are fewer levels. So once we get to 4.1, here we are on the river. Yes, and the dolphin is back. It's here. This actually is a good display mode. Oops. How did I set this up? Yeah, there we go. Let's pick a color scheme. I like the blue dolphin, but the yellow water's a bit off-putting. This is nice. But then it blends in too much with the background, I think. That default was a good one. Stick with that. Oh, yeah. Alright. Tonya's asking me if a dolphin would be my persona. Well, if I had one, it probably would be, to be honest. I'll give you an indication of what it might look like, actually. The Archie Sonic the Hedgehog comics have an arc where they interact with an undersea kingdom, and one of the characters in that arc is Echo the Dolphin, spelled with a H. So it's kind of a reference to Sega's Echo the Dolphin. There was, well, it used to be Sega's. Ed Annunziata owns it now. Again. yeah, there was an Echo the Dolphin comic in the UK Fleetway Sonic the Comic that sort of adapted the first game, but kind of went in a different direction towards the end. It was pretty interesting as an adaptation. But yeah, the character of Echo the Dolphin in that is pretty cool. She can walk on land perfectly fine. She has a spear, and she shows up later in another Sonic Universe arc, I believe. Yes. So I haven't given it much thought, but it would probably be something along the lines of that, since you ask. Okay, turtle's here too. I'm gonna check out the turtle, because why not? So yeah, that's Felix the Cat. Tonya sees me as a Christmas light. That is my avatar in a lot of places. The Twinkly from Banjo-Kazooie. Alright, that's Felix the Cat. We're done with that. Oh, I didn't actually talk about who made it. Shimada Kikaku later changed the name to S-Plan. The only thing that stood out in the rest of their softography was a port of Wonder Boy in Monsterland to the Sega Master System. So that's that. Let's move on. Next game on the list. This one took a bit of setting up as well. It is Wave Race 64, made by Nintendo EAD for the 64 in 1996. Made good use of the analog stick on the 64, of course. And yeah, there was a secret unlock. Normally you ride a jet ski in this game, obviously. If you know anything about Wave Race, that's what it is. And they do, I believe, credit Kawasaki, who owns the trademark for the name jet ski. Yeah, but if you go to Dolphin Park in stunt mode and do every stunt possible, and go through all the rings, and that's no mean feat because you have to do it in one lap, and there's only so many ramps and waves that you can do tricks off. Here's just a bit of a demo reel showing some of these tricks. Yeah, I managed to do it with lots of save state abuse. Wave Race, and there you go, Kawasaki jet ski. Yes, so what shall we do exactly? I wonder if everyone rides them in the championship. The FAQ I read said specifically to go to championship warm-up to do the Dolphin mode. So I did it with Ayumi Stewart.
Welcome to Dolphin Park.
I remember translating a Wave Race comic from the German Club Nintendo magazine. It was pretty crazy. One of the few comics in there that wasn't based on Mario in some way. So normally, hang on a second, I'm not riding a dolphin. Why is that? Oh, I know why.
Start racing. Select start the race.
It's because you have to hold a button combination when you do it. Well, it's not much of a combination. So you go warm up, and then you hold down when you select it.
Welcome to
Yeah, normally in Dolphin Park you follow a dolphin around and it's really cute, and they lead you around the course. But if you manage to do that thing I said, do all the tricks in a run in Stunt Race, then you unlock the ability to get a dolphin by holding down on the control stick. And the dolphin behaves very much like a jet ski. It can travel pretty quickly. But yeah, this is warm-up mode. We can go wherever we want. There's no constraints, which is nice. I'm trying to do a trick, but some of them are a bit... whoops. I decked it. That's okay. The dolphin will let me back on. Let me see. What was one of the tricks? I had a cheat card for doing this before, but I've closed it now. But yeah, this is a nice chill game in warm-up mode. Whenever you're doing a race, it's a bit more high pressure. You have the timer counting down to get to the next checkpoint. But it's really nice just to ride around on a dolphin like this. Although, I don't know if they really appreciate it. Ah, the weight of a human slowing them down, you know. Okay, so what's another trick I can do? Nope, that didn't work. You can do corkscrews and flips and stuff. You can do a handstand. I did like a wheelie before, not that these things have wheels. Yeah, the dive is a trick. I figured out how to do that one. Let me see now. Oh yeah, that's the same one. Okay, let me try this. Yeah, there we go. Wipeout. Yeah, so it's pretty cute. Good water tech for the time, I suppose. Let me see if I can do it. At least do a corkscrew or something. Oh, full circle tilts. That's what I need to do. One of the tricks was a full circle tilt. I'll get back to where the jumps are in a second. Yeah, you can jump off waves too. Okay, so like this. Nope, not like that. Like this. No. It's okay, we'll go back over this jump. Must have been the other way. Ugh, whatever. Doesn't matter. Let me see. Gibbon is playing Mr. Nuts on actual hardware. And it's pretty unforgiving. Yes, it's true. I wouldn't get nearly as far during streams if I didn't abuse save states so much. Yes. Tanya approves of Echo the Dolphin from Archie's Sonic comic. Partners in Time has a very grim tone on replay. There's nightmarish imagery at some points. It seems like people are dying even if they get reverted at the end. Oh yeah, you can't leave the boy area. Yes. Oh yeah, that's a good point actually. That wasn't even on my list. Super Mario World, you do ride some dolphins in certain courses, or at least you jump on their backs as they leap out of the water. You can't stay on them for too long. But yeah, Tanya's saying that her friend is going to adapt one of those dolphins into an anthropomorphic style. And yes, SeaWorld does suck. Keeping intelligent cetaceans in captivity in tiny enclosed areas. A lot of animals in captivity have much reduced lifespans. Some of them have increased lifespans due to health reasons and nutrition and safety. But yeah, keeping especially like orcas in those tiny tanks is very bad for their health. Okay, corkscrew time. Nope, didn't do it. Okay. So due to the negative press and such, Tanya's saying that SeaWorld has actually discontinued some of their negative, their questionable practices, and the Orlando park is trying to retheme itself into a Sesame Street theme park. Interesting. I did see dolphins at the Osaka Aquarium, which is the world's largest indoor aquarium, and their tank seemed pretty big for an aquarium, but they probably thought it was quite small. I couldn't help but feel a little bit sorry for them. Alright, I'm not going to pull any of these other tricks off, so let's finish that one there. Nice little game. Very difficult to unlock the dolphins, I must say. But we are going to move on to a more advanced emulation platform now. In fact, it's called Dolphin, appropriately enough. So I'm now going to play the sequel to Wave Race Blue Storm, which similarly has a dolphin mode. Let me get you set up here. There it is. Okie dokie. Oh, I hope that cuts off the menu bar correctly. I don't know. Alright, so I've got my Wii U Smash Brothers GameCube adapter with its WSB port here. And my white GameCube controller is plugged in and working, so all good. Let's unlock Dolphin mode. Nope. X, Y, no. Yeah, Z, X, and start. You hold those down and then password appears. And then you just enter your little code here. Not that, that. So it's dolphin without the vowels. And then mod. Ah. Ah, come on. Mod. Okay. Password recognized, dolphin unlocked. Save function disabled. Okay, so we'll pick Ayumi again because she's back. Yeah, it automatically shunts you into free roam mode when you activate the dolphin code. So this is the only mode you can play in with the dolphins. And we'll go back to Dolphin Park. The same course is here again. So Wave Race Blue Storm is a 2001 game on the GameCube, made by NST, Nintendo Software Technologies, which is based in the US. I'm not sure what city. Of course, we know them from making the Mario vs. Donkey Kong games, but they've done a lot of other cool stuff for Nintendo over the years. For example, they also made a revival of the 1080 snowboarding franchise in a similar vein on the GameCube, and that was called 1080 Avalanche. Now, the interesting trivia about that is that the Japanese title for 1080 Avalanche is 1080 Silver Storm, which obviously pairs up very nicely with Wave Race Blue Storm, which makes me question, were they planning to similarly give this game a different name in the West, and what was it going to be? Maybe Wave Race Tsunami or something. Woo! Sweet. Oops. Yeah, so you can tell that technology has improved a bit. The water looks more natural, I suppose, and everything looks nicer. No, I keep doing the same combo. Gotta try a different thing. Something like this. Whoa! Nice. Yeah. Cool stuff. Now, I know that there's a secret in this level. Vroom. If you go this way, and then veer off to the left, and then use your turbo, I've gone outside the boys and it's going to reset me, but if I manage to make it inside this other ring before I get dumped out, there's a cool little area with constant high waves for you to do jumps off. So it's a small area, but there's lots of big waves for you to trick off. Oops. Wipe out. I like how the dolphin's sort of playing and swimming on its tail and stuff. Yeah, I don't know where the turbo on a dolphin is coming from exactly. Do. Oh, right, of course. NST is just down the street from Gibbon in Redmond, Washington. Of course.
Welcome to Dolphin Park.
A penguin exhibit, yeah. Yes, Wave Race does have a GameCube game. Did you know that Wave Race also has a Game Boy game? That's how it started. And then the 64 title was a revival of it, technically. I don't think there's dolphins in the Game Boy game. I didn't really investigate that enough, I guess. But let's do a simple circuit of this course. See what we can see. I do love how the other dolphin just follows you around. It's nice. Calls back to that cultural meme that dolphins are friendly with humans and so on. stories of them rescuing people from shipwrecks and such. Alright, I think I've been all the way around. Whoa! Oops. Sorry, Dolphin. You do get turbos pretty often in this game. Let's see if I can jump this island. Woo! Cool. Alright. Oh, sure, yeah. Since dolphins are also in Super Mario Maker, that counts as well. I've seen some pretty fun custom courses with dolphins trolling you all the time. Alright, so that is Wave Race Blue Storm. Let's move on to the next game I had planned, which will require a slight bit of setup, because the next game is Donkey Kong Jungle Beat. And I have my bongos here with me. And the adapter, yes, supports them. And Dolphin, the emulator, supports them as well. I think it's good serendipity that I'm playing an emulator called Dolphin for this Dolphin stream. Alright, this ought to work. Okay, that looks good. Yeah, I'm playing the European version for the simple fact that the US version, the performance isn't so great on Jungle Beat in Dolphin on my computer. But so it was like dropping a lot of frames, but I found that since the PAL version runs at fewer frames generally, 50 compared to 60, then there's fewer frames to drop. So that's why I chose it. I think it still plays fine. So yes, I do have that accessory. Oh, I think I do. Ah, it's not recognizing it as the accessory. Hold on, I got to tweak a setting or two. Let me see. I think that's what I needed to do. Okay, that didn't work. I might have to reset the game. Yeah, there were some small control issues going between one or the other. So it should give me a clap prompt on the title screen, which tells you that you've got the bongos inserted correctly. No, that didn't work. What's wrong? Was it this? Nope. Hold on. I have to reboot again. I'm sorry. Should have written this down. So, Donkey Kong Jungle Beat. Yep, okay. Yes. Sobble is a sort of amphibious creature, right? It's like a newt or something. Oh, now it's not picking them up at all. What's the problem? Oh, hang on. Last time I did this and it worked. Nope. Hold on, bear with me. And it might not come up on screen since I've been rebooting it. But once I get the controller sorted out, I will make sure it's displaying properly. Come on, what's the problem? The problem could be... No, that wasn't the problem, was it? Anyway. Yeah, Tony also had problems trying to play Donkey Konga 3 through Dolphin. Alright, so plan B was that it might be a power issue. So I'll get the cable. There are two USB cables on the adapter, one for transmission of data and one for power. But I can't have both plugged into my computer, which only has 2 USB-A ports because I'm using a USB microphone. So if I just do this, squeeze that past there, sorry about the noise, and plug this end into this other computer. Where is it? Ah, there it is. Okay, that might help. Who knows? Huh, that might have done it. Okay, testing. Yes, that worked. So the power was the issue. Now I'll make sure that you can see what I'm doing. Okay. Oh, that's right. I don't want to be here. Yeah, Jungle Beat. Donkey Kong. Why don't we get the full experience and restart from the beginning? So yes, this is the original release on the GameCube using the bongo controllers. Oh yeah, it really just launches you into it. Okay. Yeah, the USB controller adapter is really helpful for playing Dolphin on computer emulator. Really cool stuff. So here we are. This is Jungle Beat. If you don't know how it works, it's sort of a strange combination rhythm platformer, sort of. Not really rhythm, but it's not your traditional platformer by any means. You use the drums to move around, hitting one to go in a direction, hit them both to jump, and you clap, or you can also get the sensor to activate by just slapping the side of the bongo to do a clap move in the game that collects bananas around you, it attacks enemies around you, and it does all sorts of other interaction things. So it's a simple control scheme, but really interesting and different. And whenever you get into a scene like this, you hit both drums and beat up something. So that's how the game works generally. There's a new play control version on the Wii, which the sound emulation is pretty bad. I'm dropping a lot of frames because of the streaming. It runs a bit worse when I'm streaming, so I'm sorry about any performance hiccups, but yeah, I won't really be playing this game for too long in general. Oh well. Oops. Yeah, that's fine. Anyway, that's how the game works. We'll load my save state to get to the point where there's a dolphin, which is after that level has been cleared. Each kingdom has 2 levels and then a boss fight. And so the second level in the Pineapple Kingdom is the Pristine Sea. And in this you are introduced to swimming for the first time, which is a little odd because hitting a drum takes you diagonally down in the direction that you're hitting. So if you want to maintain a solid horizontal movement, you have to intermittently hit it. Sort of like the helicopter game, or indeed Donkey Kong Country Returns' barrel rocket jet. What do they call it? Whatever. The rocket barrel levels? Yeah, those. And Tropical Freeze, of course. So the new play control version on the Wii changes a lot of things about this game, about the design. It adds a bunch of stuff, like small stuff. I'm actually going to play both versions on this stream, so you'll be able to see the differences in this level, at least, for yourself. But they added some things and changed some things around. Some of the changes make it a bit more faithful to previous Donkey Kong games in that they add barrel cannons and DK coins / hero coins. But, you know, it's kind of lip servicey in a way, but in doing so, in the transition, they also kind of lost the point of what the game is, which is like a dynamic action platformer with an unusual control scheme. And what they did with the Wii version was made it a bit more traditional, but the changes also make it like less unique as an experience in a way. But they also do things like they add health to the game as a mechanic. In the original release here, I have 463 beats, which I get by doing all these things in the level and getting bananas, and there's multipliers for it. That's still a mechanic in the Wii version, but they also have health, whereas in this release you lose beats when you get hurt. Anyway, and there's other stuff too. But yeah, this is the dolphin part. This is Orko, who is our animal friend. There's a little cast of animal buddies in the game. Okay, I gotta be careful here. Yes, I don't want to grab that fruit just now because I want to stay in and hang out with Orko a bit longer, you know? So Orko, there's some confusion about her. I'm going to call her her because she is accompanied by baby orcas in this level, as are dolphins and cetaceans in real life. The females. Oh, okay. I didn't even know this was a whole thing. If you stay on Orko, yeah, okay. There's a whole other part of the level. Okay, that's cool. I always just grab the pineapple straight away, so I was like, where are these babies? I didn't even see the babies the first time, but as long as you stay on, yeah, you go back and you do see them. We saw some before. They stay in the upper waters. But I also read that the curved fin on the back, female orcas have a smaller curved fin compared to the male ones. So that's another reason why Orko is identified as female. So there is a reference in, I think, the manual or something for the Wii re-release calling Orko a he, but I'm going to chalk that up to a miss, just a mistake. Because there aren't enough female animal buddies. And yeah, Orko's sort of the replacement in this game for On Guard from the original Donkey Kong games. But she, yeah, is a lot more dynamic, moving around in the water and stuff. And I should mention this is an auto-scroller. I'm just holding on and occasionally clapping to do the attack. Orko runs by herself through this part of the level. So there's a baby. Alright, so that's enough of that, I think. We'll grab the pineapple now, and that's the end of the level. And that's Orko's only appearance in this game, by the way. That's the old end of level cutscene. So what I'm going to do now, you might have noticed some like stuttering and sound flickering and stuff like that. But I have actually found that I am going to play the Wii release now. And that does require a little bit of setting up. Like this. Yeah, I found that the Wii version actually runs a lot smoother in Dolphin for whatever reason. So if I press this button and yep, okay, Wii Remote is connected. And it's in widescreen and it runs much smoother, so that's very good. Let's see, where are we? So for this one I was actually able to download a save file from Game FAQs with the game completed so I could go back. So yeah, there's a life counter now, there's a health counter. The hand slap is new. Oh. Oh, it's doing weird things. Hold on a second. The game activate like the controller activated in a funny state, so I'm gonna put it down so it doesn't do this. Okay, now that it's connected, it should be a bit more neutral. Okay, that's good. Alright, so here's another thing that they changed. Donkey Kong's clap attack is now directional, and it doesn't collect bananas. Collect bananas has been given its own button, which is, I think, the A button. So yeah, you do it in the air after a jump, generally, and he'll grab anything around him. So it's in some ways more awkward to play because the clap is much weaker. And as Gibbon says... Oh yeah, there is some lag, sorry about that. Oh, was it really running in slow motion, do you think? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know it was that bad. Yes, and as Gibbon says, they didn't change... With the changes to the mechanics they made for the Wii version, they didn't change the level design to compensate for the new mechanics and the new pacing, so it sucks. And Gibbon saying it was a mistake, just like all the Wii De Asobu releases, or new play controllers they're known in the West. Yeah, I got to agree with that, at least on this, in this example. I do like Pikmin on the Wii. But yeah, the changes they made to Jungle Beat, they make it more playable in a traditional way, but like I said before, it just kind of loses some of the magic. Ouch. See, I'm already losing. Ugh. I don't want that yelling at me the whole time while I'm riding an orca. And you can't grab bananas underwater. Not in the Wii version. Oh no, Gibbons saying for the most part the Wii De Asobu line was great, just not this one. So he's talking about the release of this game was a mistake for the Wii. It certainly got it to a wider audience, I'm sure, because having to buy the bongos maybe was a bit of a barrier for some people. They just didn't have enough games that supported them. 2 or 3 Donkey Konga games, and this, and that's it. Donkey Kong Jet Race on the Wii, also known as Barrel Blast, was supposed to use the bongos in its initial conception, but it was delayed and came out for the Wii eventually using a waggle control scheme, which I don't mind personally, but a lot of people think that was kind of a mistake. So yeah, a lot of stuff in this game is now done through waggling the Wii remote, including the clap and other interaction things. So here's Orko again. Hello! Kalu Kale. I tried to say hello and hooray at the same time, and it came out as hello. So what can I do here? Okay, I can waggle. There is a button, I think it might be A in this case, that will make you get off Orko, and then you got to sort of chase after her. Also, there's an interesting disparity between official artwork of Orko, which depicts her as blue or sort of indigo-ish, and in-game she's quite clearly normal Orca colors, black and white. Okay, so we can do a move that collects bananas around us while we're riding Orko, but not normally, because the A button makes you swim in this version. And yeah, okay, that's good. I'm just gonna ride Orca around a bit longer. See her baby swimming, that's cute. Why don't we get off and try and interact with them, actually? Hello. Oh wow, you can ride the babies. That's amazing. And you could finish the level like that. Yeah, these don't have names. I wonder if DK Mine ever gave names to the younger orcas here. And by the way, I'll remind you that orcas, they are sometimes known as killer whales because they have been known to attack humans, potentially because the way that they were swimming reminds them of seals, which are their natural enemies. But whale is a misnomer. They're actually more related to dolphins than whales, although there isn't a strict biological distinction between those classes of cetaceans. That's a disclaimer that I already said on my other stream, but yeah, it's important to note about whales, I guess. You know, it's not important. Don't worry about it. It's just something that I could say. Whoa! That's cool. Oops. Oh, wow. Okay. Here's a whole new thing that I didn't know about. Secrets. Whoops. I hit the wrong button. Yeah, there's new moves. The ground pound. You can do some of these in the GameCube release, but I don't really know how. That's the DK coin. It gives you a 1-up. There's a backflip move, but I couldn't figure out how to do it with just the bongos. But there's ways to do advanced techniques. So I'm just going to grab this and ride it around a little bit. And yeah, catch up on what Gibbon was saying. So yeah, for the most part, he says the Wii Asobu line was great. I remember Mario Power Tennis had a release with added motion controls. And there are a few, there's quite a few releases in that line, maybe 10. But I said that this Wii release makes the game a little more playable in a traditional way, and Gibbon is saying that he argues that the changes make it less playable because it's less fun and awkward, and I can't argue with that. Whoops, I was just trying to grab those bananas. Now I have to go through this again. So these barrel cannons are actually new in this version, so they wouldn't have been in the GameCube one. I wonder what was up there if I rode a baby. Oh, now I gotta swap back. What's the time? Yeah, okay. And yeah, given saying that the swimming is bad compared to the original. New play control is a terrible name for this line, says Tonya. And she had a dream that the Donkey Kong ride at Universal, which will be possibly arriving at certain Universal parks as part of Super Nintendo World, had a dream that there was a Cobcock animatronic. Whoa. Okay. Oops. All right, that didn't work. We'll try it again. Yeah, Cobcock is an enemy in this game that appears in some of the snow levels and elsewhere. Oh, that swinging didn't work too well. Maybe it's not picking up the motion from the nunchuck. I don't know. I'm going to jump back on the GameCube one and see if I can ride the babies and what is up above that island. So bear with me for a second. Oh, the performance is awful. That sucks. But no, I do agree with everything you're saying, Gibbon. Like, you can say what you like about the changes, but I think in total they make for a worse product. Alright. Gonna speed run back to where Orko is. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say about Orko. The original European release of the GameCube version used transliterations of the Japanese names for the animal bodies. So they got new names in America, like Orko and Hoofer and Flurl and Helibird. Is that it? Did I get them all? I'm not sure. But in Europe, they orca was called shachi, which is a similar kind of pun in Japanese. Shachi is the name of the orca species, and the animal body's name is shachi, so they put in an extra few sound modifiers in there. It's a common practice for puns in Japanese. Yes. So the Pineapple Kingdom is in the second world of the game. It doesn't take too long to get to. Okay, let's get back there. Swim, swim, swim. You do hear Donkey Kong's voice a fair bit in this game. I found it interesting to note that he the voice is provided by Takashi Nagasako, who is also the voice of Ganondorf in the Legend of Zelda games. So the way they've presented Donkey Kong's character in this game is much more manly and imposing. Whereas Grant Kirkhope's voice for him in Donkey Kong 64, for example, is a lot more of a goofball. Okay, so all I want to do is get up here and try riding a baby, because I didn't know you could do that until now. So we're going to let go here. Yes, I can do that. Okay, let's find a baby orca. And yes, it is in slow motion again. We're down to 30 frames a second. Cool stuff. Where are those babies? I can hear Orko squeaking along. I should have ridden her all the way back down. So I said that this was EAD Tokyo's first game, didn't I? After Nintendo set up a core branch in Tokyo, as opposed to the rest of their company being headquartered in Kyoto. The staff, I don't know, they probably worked on other things before that, but also there was some newbies involved. It was certainly the studio's first game, but they afterwards went on to do Mario Galaxy and other 3D Mario games. Elements of this game were originally going to be included in Mario Galaxy. They're in the game files, but they were changed before release. You do still get the whole grabbing the dandelion thing, which you saw me doing in Rumble Falls earlier. That does come back in Galaxy. But there was supposed to be the Capuchin helper monkeys. I think they were going to return, and some other stuff, enemies and such. Yeah, that's possible, given is that you have to do a full circle on Orko before the babies show up. So I'm going to try that right now. Given saying he lent his copy to Courtney and he needs to go get it back. There's one. Okay, so it showed up now. I think, yeah, maybe I just hopped off too soon. We'll see. We'll do another circuit. It's depressing how bad the performance is on this when the Wii version just runs so smoothly. I have no idea why that would be. When the Wii version has it's in widescreen, so you have to draw more, and I don't know, whatever. Dolphin emulation is strange at the best of times. I was just I was trying out the Steam release of Echo 2: The Tides of Time because I got it in a free promotion thing. And the Mega Drive emulator that they have on Steam has these like horrendous graphical errors when you first boot it up for some reason, but then you just like exit and go back and then it looks perfectly fine. I don't know what the issue is. But yeah, I look forward to that on a future stream. There's some mods in the Steam Workshop for the Echo games that restore cut content things like that, or make a prototype version playable, rather. Alright, so this is what I wanted to look for. Here I am riding the largest of the children. And yeah, that whole barrel section is just missing. I guess they just completely added it for the Wii game. So what's going to be up here when we do this jump? Some bananas. Nice. Alright, so yeah, some little secrets to find. Jungle Beat is like that. There's a lot to do in the game, a lot of different ways of interacting with things. And yeah, you're going to find secrets all over the place. So yeah, cool stuff. So that's Jungle Beat. Have I streamed Aquaria before? I did Aquaria right at the end of my first Dolphin Games mega stream. So I showed just like a few minutes of gameplay in the basic first area. That's one of the first things I played on a computer, really, when I had my own computer. No, well, anyway, whatever. Yeah, great indie game. I got in the first Humble Bundle, Aquaria. Good stuff, very interesting stuff. It's like you're a mermaid and explore this whole underwater world. Anyway, it's really mysterious and cool. Okay, so I think that's it. We've shown off all of the Orco gameplay, so let's stop that there. I have one more thing on my docket, and it will probably take a little longer, so we can chill out with that for a while. And hopefully the performance on that is okay, because I'm going to have to run Windows to do it. That's right. It's a PC game from the year 2000, the distant future. Oh no, hang on, I set this up in another view, so if I click that, that should work perfectly. Okay. So now I'm here, I'm not all there. x86, info bank. This game is called Deep Raider, which I have to assume was trying to cash in on Tomb Raider. I've seen it compared to Tomb Raider, and the name really does suggest that. So here we go. Info Bank. They are a small Taiwanese tech company. They do have an official website that I looked up in archive.org. It stopped being updated after 2006. And this game is not mentioned on their website. Instead, they talk a lot about their software for converting paper documents into digital format and filing images and such. So this is sort of a short-lived attempt by the company to get into games. And yeah, we'll see how it ends up. I've seen the review compilation ranking. What am I saying? You know, like Metacritic, but more general than that. Yeah, the game got terrible reviews, is what I'm trying to say. Sub 50% scores, but that's okay. We're not going to judge it like that. We're just going to enjoy what we can from the game. We're going to enjoy this voice acting, that's for sure. I might turn this up so you can hear it better.
What the hell? Oh my god! Attack! Attack! Oh, the damn bastard!
Oh wow, that's rude.
Jesus Christ!
Okay. Yeah, my stream's normally family friendly. These are mild curses, but
Team 1.
I apologize if you're concerned about that.
We've lost them. Keep trying to contact them.
Sir, sonar indicates an enormous object is moving toward us.
What? Call headquarters.
So this is a bit of a Sequest DSV situation, it looks like.
This is the deal.
High-tech underwater exploration. And we found a giant octopus. They're going to call in their best agent.
I said get Jennifer Connors.
Get Jennifer Connors. And there's Jennifer Connors. Turn that down a bit. Again. So it doesn't overwhelm my voice. Yeah, Jennifer Connors. Alright. Option. What have we got? Wow, look at that rendered UI. It's amazing. Okay, we are set up for keyboard. That's good. Let me just remind myself of the controls. Okay. Shoot is space. Yep. Move forward, move backward. Why don't I change those? What? Hold on. Okay. And I'll change that as well. Okay. Let's go. Yes, gnarly. Okay, so they've called Jennifer Connors in and out of retirement or whatever to do this extremely dangerous mission. That is a beautiful dolphin. Hello. Tanya enjoying the cheesy voice acting. Wow. That is a cool machine. I wouldn't mind one of those. Oh yes, very natural animation.
What's up, Fisher? I am on vacation.
I'm on vacation.
You have to cancel your vacation. Sean is in trouble.
Sean, what happened?
No idea. You've got to get to base P116 to find out.
Oh my. Okay, well. You're not going to take me to the base? No, I have to make my own way there. Okay. So this is Deep Raider. Here I am, Jennifer Connors. That's right, no mouse control, it's all keyboard. That's what I selected. So yeah, this is a game where you ride a dolphin. That's why I'm playing it today. And this is how we start the game. Now, supposedly, Jennifer Connors, one of her special skills and why she's such a great choice for an underwater agent is that she has some kind of psychic connection with animals, so she can communicate telepathically with them. So presumably, like I said up top, she's gotten explicit permission and consent from this dolphin for its involvement in the mission, and it's helping her. Now, of course, she has also strapped a gun to it. Pew pew. Yes. So I guess the dolphin is an equal partner. Much like Sequest DSV, which I mentioned earlier, Darwin is a member of the team who's part of the group, and they use some sort of computer magic to talk to him. And I streamed Sequest DSV a while back. That was a pretty interesting one. Very difficult game. All right. Speaking of difficult games, I need to check the map. Nope, it wasn't that button. It's left shift 3 times. You cycle through the different UI things. Yeah, so really big map, and we're just gonna swim along, and this intense blue fog is just kind of a detriment. But yeah, this is a cool game where... Oh, what was that? That was a little spinning box past that waterfall. Not waterfall, whirlpool. Oops. Don't get trapped in the whirlpool. It's like a sea tornado. Oh. Okay. There was something in a clam. But where is that exactly? I figure it's important if they're going to show it to me. And yeah, there are some graphical errors here. I'm running this in a virtual machine, doing Windows 8, playing a game from, a decade and a half before that operating system came out. So the bubbles have little black things on them. Oh, maybe they're rendering correctly, but the plants certainly aren't. You've got black where there should be alpha channel for those plant fronds. Yeah, these tornadoes aren't too much of a hazard, really. But I have lost some HP from them, apparently. And And I didn't know oxygen was a mechanic either, so let's surface for air. Oh, that's beautiful. Jupiter and Mars didn't let you jump out of the ocean, but I think that's important for a dolphin to be able to do. Orko did it. Felix's dolphin certainly did it. The one in El Viento sort of just went along the surface, but yeah, Wave Race had plenty of jumps too. But not so much underwater exploration. So sometimes it's one or the other. We didn't go under in El Viento at all. But yeah, this is pretty chill. Yes, Tonya thinks the dolphin is cute, but the game is janky. Totally agreed on both counts. Oh yeah, you could see the black squares on some of those particle effects when they're right behind you. Yeah, anyway. Where am I going right now? This is a big square, but if I go straight and then left, there looks like an opening there. Yeah, cool. I'm glad I've managed to figure out how to play this game, because it was always really intriguing to me once I'd learned about it. Of course, I knew it was going to be, you know, quite jank. It's a given. But I don't care. I think it's really cool. What I like is the speed at which I'm able to move. Sometimes dolphins can feel overly sluggish in games. That's rarely the case in Echo games, which is something that they do really right. But here, look at the speed I've got up. And pretty maneuverable too, so that's very nice. I just wish the draw distance was a little longer. Oh, what was that? Friend or foe? It was either another dolphin or a shark. And I talked about that on Jupiter and Mars as well. Sharks have the sideways fin, dolphins have an up and down fin at the back, on the tail. Where is it? I've lost it. The music sort of shifted into a more threatening mode as well, which is nice. I think it might have dynamic music going on. Jellyfish. Oh, that's a shark. That is definitely a shark. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, yeah. Look at those blood splatter and explosion effects. Oh, no. Is it dead? No, it's not. Ah, the chunks. The jibs. Yeah, that shark was not friendly. Jellyfish usually aren't friendly in Echo and Jupiter and Mars, but this one doesn't seem to... Yeah, it's fine. Jellyfish are often obstacles because, you know, that's kind of what they are in real life. They just sort of float along. They don't have a nervous system, so they don't really have intent. So if you blunder into them and get stung, it's just nature, man. But yeah, their stings are pretty... I learned that universally all jellyfish have stings. Not necessarily all of them have the capacity to sting a human. But yeah, it's pretty nasty. And I think the solution for a jellyfish sting is vinegar, which is why they keep it in the lifeguard stations. Alright. Yeah, that map is good. Let's bring that up again. And that pauses the game helpfully. I started at that whirlpool on the left. I mean, at the waterfall. I think I might have to get past the whirlpools to progress, but there might be a path behind me now, so I'll try going that way. Tonya saying that she got Ed Bryan to say that Minjos and Jinjos have no gender. That's cool. Even King Jingling. Oh. What? Yeah, they are kind of amorphous cartoon characters, so it makes sense. Good non-binary icons in games, yeah. Yes, this dolphin is lethal. I've seen the joke meme a few times, like, what if Echo the Dolphin had a gun? And I've at the time I pointed out that actually that game exists and it's called Laser Dolphin. I showed that on my previous Dolphin stream as well, and it's really fun and tongue-in-cheek. But yeah, this game also, it's like Echo Defender of the Future if it had a gun. Echo's sonar does get upgraded at certain points to be powerfully destructive, so he sort of or she sort of has a projectile attack already. And yes, I like to call Echo she sometimes because Ed Annunziata was posting Echo facts on Twitter, and one of them, which he posted on April Fool's Day and I guess was supposed to be a joke, was Echo is female, but I don't care if it was meant to be a joke. I'm gonna accept it anyway, because then Echo joins the ranks of Dolphin heroines, including the very first one in the Atari 2600 game Dolphin, who is stated to be female. Oh, okay. So did you know that water is a solid wall if you swim directly up into it, but if you come at an angle, then you can jump out? It's true. Okay, let me check the map. Okay, I think I found the clams. Whoa, how did I end up over there? I'm really lost. Well, the clams, it showed me a cutscene of them closing again, so I guess there's no use going for them. I could try going and shooting them, I suppose. What would I do to get to the clams? Go up, right around that wall, and then go down. Alright, let's try it. The dolphin is not the only animal companion in this game. Jennifer has connections to other sea creatures as well, which you use in subsequent levels. So later on, you can also ride on or like hold on to a turtle and what's the other one? A ray, like a stingray, manta ray. Okay, this way. And also a mutant, which I read and I don't know what that means. Apparently there's sea mutants in this game later on, and she even gets to bond with one of them apparently. But for now, we're with our dolphin friend, and that's nice. Okay, so it's probably around to the left here somewhere. Okay, past this wall. Great. Okay, over here somewhere. Oh, I see. Hidden. I thought that was a graphical rendering error when I first saw it, but no. This is intentional. That layer of ground is above the other layer.
You've got 100 bullets just now.
You've got 100 bullets just now.
You've got an access card just now.
Okay. Thank you, computer voice. They couldn't get the voice actors to read that line. Great. Alright, have I lost health? Okay. There was kind of a screeching noise when the clam closed on me, but I thought that was me getting hurt, but luckily it's not. Okay, so I need to go a bit to the right and then through that gap. And then around past the whirlpools. That's my next progress point, I think. But now do they have the access card? Wait a minute. I got bullets. I didn't know that was a mechanic. This must be a weapon select, but there's no... Yeah, I think the UI's not rendering correctly. Oh no, okay, there it is. So 336 ammo is what I have. I don't know what this is. I have different numbers of something. Oh, what's that? Who knows? Yeah, unfortunately, some graphics didn't load there, so I don't know what that menu is for. But I can check the map, okay. Wait. Nope, that's wrong. I thought I had to go around an outcropping. I should be seeing those whirlpools soon. So let's sneak past those without getting hurt. Yeah, I am going into this a bit blind, but I got to assume that it's not all underwater and that I get out onto land at some point. Otherwise, where are the Tomb Raider comparisons coming in? Unless those comparisons are only drawn because of the name. Alright, we made it past the danger. So, I think this game is really ambitious, actually. And it's too bad that Infobank Technology Corp didn't do any other games. Because there really isn't any other game quite like this. It's sort of a mix of Sequest, DSV, Echo, Tomb Raider. I find it really interesting. It was published by Cyberscape Graphics, and that's all I know about them. Oh! Oh no! Oh, there was like toxic waste barrels in there, and they're draining my health really strongly. Oh boy. Maybe one of my items is a health. Oh good, it is! Lucky me. Okay. That's good. That toxic waste very nearly killed me. And I don't want to go back through it, but I need to go this way. And I hear the threatening music again. Maybe that's a path I can get through at the bottom there. I don't want to go back through that waste zone. Oh, I was instinctively tapping the go forward button because that's how Echo Defender of the Future works. Okay. Oop. Oh, there's the shark. I see it. And this wall looks different. It has a very different texture. Maybe I can jump over it. Let's try it. Hope that shark doesn't come any closer. Up! Oh, it really looks like I might be able to do that, so I'm going to try it again. Go, 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 go! Oh, so close. That shark is out for my blood. Don't make me jib you, shark. I will turn you into giblets. Go, 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 go. Yes! Oh. Was that an invisible wall? Maybe that's not the way to go. Ah! The shark's here. Ah! So what's this bit here? Ah! Oh boy. Persistent. Whee! That is a lot of fun, I gotta say. Alright, let's look at this map. That must be the answer, right? Jumping over that wall. Why else would they have the shark there? It's like an obstacle to get through, right? The only other possibility is... No, that green zone is the toxic zone. So maybe around here... Ah! It's following me. Oh, I can see that toxic waste. Oh, hang on. Yeah, it's in this whole area. And no, there's no way out here. So let's go back. Oh. Help. Let's get out of here. Oof. Tense. Where is it? I really gotta take care of this shark. It's just gonna keep bothering me. Hey shark. Where'd it go? There. Ah! Good. That's that problem solved. Now, go around the bend and then into that open area. Doesn't help that everything looks the same. But you know, that's just a small issue. I'm gonna keep trying to jump over that wall. But let's read chat a bit first. Given saying emulation is not kind to this game. Yeah, that's cool. Tanya's saying sometimes that they feel like they have no gender at all, so having a Minjo sonar is good for those moments. Do the Disneyland submarines have dolphins? No idea. But Turtle Talk with Crush has Dory's whale friend. Yeah, that rings a bell. I went to Turtle Talk at Tokyo Disney Sea. I don't remember if it has the whale, but it was pretty funny and silly. Does Sea Rider at TDS have a dolphin? I do not know. Good game design. Physics. And yes, the blood being just a box, that's a rendering error. I'm sure if you were playing this on a contemporary machine using Windows NT or whatever, that it would have displayed properly. But yeah, we're getting our plants with black boxes, we're getting our blood spray with just a red box. And yeah, we made it over the wall! Finally, great. I knew that was the answer. And I'm playing this completely blind, by the way. Cool. Oh, here's no one. It's that different texture, you can tell. Let's go. Whoop, that was a terrible jump. Need more horizontal run up. Yeah, whenever Echo made you do a jump, that was the hardest parts of that game to me. My least favorite.
You got an air tank just now.
Well, that's all well and good. I'd rather some health. Ow! Okay, so they do hurt you. And that beeping is really irritating. So we're gonna use our last health pack. Oh boy. Hope this level isn't too much longer. Go! Yeah, baby. Excellent. This is great. I like this a lot. Alright. Nap time. Alright, keep going. Oh my goodness. What was that noise just now? Maybe that's one of those mutants. Here, is this the door that I need the access card for? Because I have the access card. I don't like that noise. Alright, let's see. Might I have to use an item to get in there? I've got a 1 there, which I think was a 0 before, so maybe that's the access card. I guess I'll try that. And if this possible mutant shows up, I'll try some of the other items. Alright, that's definitely a panel on the wall. Right? Yeah. Okay. Go. Okay, it wasn't that. I was sure that was it. It says off. Oh, it's used up. I wonder what that did. Maybe that was the air tank. Yeah, that probably was the air tank. Good. Okay. It was the other one. Alright. Still hearing that noise. There it is! That's definitely a mutant. Oh, okay, boss fight. Let's use one of these. It feels like it's a grenade or something. Dude, that has a lot of health. Can I like save or something? I can. Save game. It's grayed out. Oh no. Oh boy. There's no way to save state or anything. I'm just running the game in Windows 8 in like a compatibility mode. I think it was NT. Jump, says Tonya. Tonya was betting on Kraken. Gibbon was betting on someone vomiting underwater. In a way, you're both right and wrong. Alright, so we just have our gun, our trusty gun, and nothing else. Maybe I'll try those grenades again, but... Ah! Actually, I'll keep this screen up for now, so I can see my health at all times. That's something I can do. Ah! I should have checked if I could save before I got in here. Actually, maybe I can leave. And then see if I can save. Except where was the door? Well, that might be a problem. This accursed fog. This music's pretty cool though. Ah, there it is. Let's leave. If worst comes to worst, maybe I could take pot shots from the door. Okay, save is still grayed out, so we're stuck. We're on our own, people. Okay. What? The base? What base? Oh man, I have to protect that stupid structure in here? Okay, that's fine. Just focus on the base and not me. Oh, 80% already. Ah, where is it? Where was it? It's over here, right? Map, help me. Oh, it's to the right. Okay. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you, vomiting creature? Hello? Is this the right base? Ah! I saw an orb. It's shooting orbs at me. Where are you? Ah! It's like right up on me. What's my health? Pretty good still. Oh, the radar, of course. It's on the radar. Where is it? Where is it? It's in that blue fog. Oh, is it blocking? I guess it blocks. I took some health off. Let's get oxygen. Oh, I can't surface here. I'm in a cave. Interesting. Stop throwing up. Oh, now it's blocking my view. It's so awkward looking. So silly. Come on. Yeah, take that. Is this what was in the opening cinematic? That looked more like an octopus or something. Yes. Yeah, that's it. Try all you want, you won't escape me. The enemy design not dissimilar to Echo Defender of the Future. Oh good, I just checked. I was worried that my shots were taking 3 ammo, because it looks like you're shooting out 3 orbs. But each one of those blasts is just one ammo. This is really a health sink, this boss. What do you call it? Damage sink? Ah! Those black squares masked his approach. Oh man, I feel like I gotta conserve ammo now. It's getting low. Ah, where'd it go? Ah! Get back here. Oh, it's lost its tail. Oh, now it's lost an arm. That's good. It's showing the progression of the battle. It's clearly just unloaded those portions of its geometry. Come on, 50 shots left. Another arm down. Oh no! I guess that's where our playthrough comes to an end. The game crashed just when I was about to be the first boss. Oh boy. Well, I could play dialogue files directly from the game files. Yeah, that's the end. That was pretty fun though. I enjoyed that. Silly little game. D3DRM.dll. I curse your name. That's a DirectX driver thing. It's been annoying me because it's sometimes not present and I had to troubleshoot things. Anyway, so according to the music files, there are 6 stages in this game. Let me see now. I didn't manage to make a save file. Yeah, so that's the end. That was the stream. I was supposed to talk about the other games on the list that I'd found while just swimming around. You know what? Let's just load it up so I can do that real quick. I'll see if it auto-saved or anything. Yes, I defeated the game because the game died. Oh no, now it's running really slowly. Why is it doing that? Okay, this is running fine. Yeah, no saves. Start again from the start. Return to game. Oh, now the sound's not working. Why is that? Alright, well you just have my voice for a bit. Because I wanted to tell you about some of the games that I discovered while researching for what I would do in this stream. Minecraft added Dolphins in an update a little while back, but you can't ride them except if you use mods. There are a few mods available that let you put a saddle on a dolphin and ride it. But that's not officially supported. Dolphin Blue is something I showed on my first Dolphin Games showcase. It's an arcade game in the vein of Metal Slug, where you're a person running along shooting a bunch of dudes, but dolphins sometimes help you out, and you can then ride on them for certain stages. And it looks amazing, that game. It's really well made. Harvest Moon Magical Melody on the GameCube is another installment of Harvest Moon, you know, farming animals, all that. You can make friends with a dolphin. If you give it enough food, it will let you ride it to a secret island, but it's really a glorified warp. There's no real dolphin riding mechanic per se in the game. It's just, it takes you somewhere and it fades out and fades in. Ah, boat. I didn't see that before. Hello, boat. Interesting. Okami, the classic Clover game on the PS2, and then the Wii, and then the HD port on a bunch of stuff. After you beat Seian City, you get to the North Coast, and there's an arc involving the classic myth of the Dragon Palace underwater in Otohime. And as part of that, you meet Orca, who is a sort of dolphin whale type creature, probably an orca, but not colored like that. Anyway, it's got a big saddle on its back, and you can ride it around the sea, in the inland sea there, to visit different islands in the area. Let me see what else. There's a game called Dolphin Star, which is a kiddie arcade game for kids, according to the company's own copy on their website. It's like an arcade game where you're riding on the back of a dolphin. It's not dissimilar to this, but more cartoony. And it includes a physical prop of a dolphin that you sit on, much like Super Hang-On or something like that. Hitman 2, like the new Hitman 2, not the old Hitman 2. One of the secret level endings is you enter a code somewhere and then some dolphins appear and you stand on its back to ride it out of the level. And the other thing I found was Polly Pocket Dolphin Ride game, which is a browser game in the Polly Pocket universe. And there's a YouTube video of someone playing that. So that's what else I was able to find, and a lot of those were impractical to stream for one reason or another. But I'm really glad I got to Deep Raider in particular, because I was really curious about it for a long time. So I hope you enjoyed it too, and that's the end of the stream. That's the dolphin riding stream. And once again, there are places in real life that will let you ride dolphins, but I think it's kind of cruel to the dolphins. So it's okay to do it in games, but maybe think about it. Think about the dolphins' feelings before you go do it in real life. Yeah, so thanks for joining me. I'll be back with more dolphin games another time, maybe next week, we'll see. But until then, have a nice time.